There's a dent in the floor. We worried about things that matter no more. You pace through the room with a book in your hand, believing the noise was the glorious band. The tea gets quite cold while you look at the rain, unwilling to trade all your worry for pain. I wish I could tap on the glass and walk in to tell you the ending is better than then. Do not rush the autumn days away. Every single scar will gently fade. Silver threads replace the darkest strand, holding all the future in your hand. You saved up your pennies for tickets to leave and wore out your heart on your favorite sleeve. The suitcase is dusty, the zipper is broke, the grand declaration dissolved into smoke. Do not rush the autumn days away. Every single scar will gently fade. Silver threads replace the darkest strand, holding all the future in your hand. Time is a river that slows at the bend, turning the stranger right back to a friend. You did the best with the map that you had, so drop down your shoulders and stop feeling bad. Sit in the quiet and rest for a spell. We finally learned how to weather the well. Fold up the letter and turn down the light. Everything settled all right. A tiny brass key rests upon the cedar board. I polish its notches with a slow and gentle thumb. Nobody locked the kitchen door when autumn poured through window panes that rattled like a distant drum. I wonder where the heavy iron padlock went that kept the bicycle chained beside the garden wall. Every single season spent answers to a quiet call before the shadows start to lengthen the hall. Paper napkins yellowing inside a drawer, written phone numbers from 1972. I walk across the creaking wooden parlor floor and try to picture faces I no longer knew. I wonder beside the garden wall. Every single season spent answers to a quiet call before the shadows start to lengthen in the hall. Time does not arrive with trumpet sounds or rushing rain. It settles on the mantelpiece like fallen dust. I hold the tiny metal object in my palm again and watch the twilight turn the window glass to rust. The key remains though every door has long since turned. I leave it sitting softly where the sun has burned until the evening swallows up the faded light and stars come out to watch the empty room tonight. Stop at 2 on the shelf. I was just talking out loud to myself. Dust on the cabinet, tea in the cup. Nobody came by to tidy it up. Paperbacks fading in rows by the bed. Stories of people who long have been dead. Pages turned over by invisible hands, drifting away to forgotten lands. Old linoleum worn down to the green, counting the seasons that came in between. Letters tied up with a ribbon of blue. Nobody told me how time could go through. Coat on the hook smells of camphor and rain. Watching the sparrow hop back to the pane. Cobwebs are silver and trembling with light. Nobody closes the shutters at night. Old linoleum worn down to the green, counting the seasons that came in between. Letters tied up with a ribbon of blue. Nobody told me how time could go through. Footsteps are quiet upon the brown stair, reaching my hand out to touch empty air. Memory lingers like smoke in the room, guiding the shadows across the loom. Silence is heavy inside the small shell.
A sudden thought cuts through the quiet room, like scissors clipping threads of afternoon. The kettle stops its whistling on the stove, and dust motes freeze inside the fading groove. I reach to fold a blanket on the chair, remembering the weight of heavy hair. Across the linoleum a footprint stays from 30 winters of forgotten days. The calendar is torn right to the floor, and photographs are sliding down the door. A nickel dropped into a public phone would bring the wandering neighborhood back home. Your coat is hanging where it always hung, beside the heavy boots we wore when young. The copper button rubs against the wall whenever footsteps echo down the hall. The calendar is torn right to the floor, and photographs are sliding down the door. A nickel dropped into a public phone would bring the wandering neighborhood back home. Time does not heal the corner of the street where autumn leaves collect around our feet. I see you walking past the grocery store before the shadow fell across our door. I leave the amber porch lamp burning bright in case you missed the trolley home tonight. The heavy latch is resting in my hand, the oldest landmarks in an empty land. The glass and catches on the silver of your cane. I have not seen this corner since the train stopped running past the meadow in the grass. You fold your paper at the crossword page and ask if I am waiting for the rain. The clock above the counter starts to
to chime. We share a silent boundary of age, while distant gramophones begin to play the tunes we used to whistle yesterday. Your thermos lid unscrews with metal sound. You pour a cup and offer half to me. Between us lies the weight of history, without a single neighbor to be found. You fold your paper at the crossword page and ask if I am waiting for the rain. The clock above the counter starts to chime. We share a silent boundary of age, while distant gramophones begin to play the tunes we used to whistle yesterday. So tell me how the winter treated you behind the curtains on the second floor. I think I bought my winter coat from you before they locked the hardware store door. The amber light is fading from the street. We finish up our coffee in the cold and walk away to different histories before the evening story can unfold. Milk bottles clinking on the curb, just like they did in '49. Do you still keep that beat inside when autumn leaves begin to line the path we walked to save a dime? That rusted bicycle you rode with mismatched pedals on the chain. I wonder if it sits and rusts beneath the same forgotten rain we sheltered from without complaint. Old timber porch boards bend and groan. We shared a single peach alone before the world grew vast and cold and turned our copper hair to gold. Remember how the radio played that crackling song about the tide? We swore we never would grow old, with nowhere left for us to hide. Pass me another cup of tea and tell that story back to me. where the front porch lamp burns low and leaves us with nowhere to go. You said yesterday the winter milk stayed sweet too long, and I laughed while fixing up the broken garden prong. Today the sparrow sits upon the rusted garden gate and leaves a little footprint where the frost is laying late. Your favorite cardigan still hangs behind the kitchen door, with missing buttons rolling on the linoleum floor. The calendar we bought in town still shows a sunny May, though every single page of it was torn and blown away. Old brass kettles whistle down the dusty hall. Photographs are fading softly on the faded wall. Shoes are standing quiet by the bottom stair, waiting for the footsteps that are never there. The radio is humming with a song from 1964. A neighbor sweeps the maple leaves from off his wooden floor. I find your reading glasses folded on the windowsill. The page is marked at chapter 4 and everything is still. Small habits keep the empty hours running in a row, like winding up the mantel clock before the fire is low. The bread box holds a single crust from yesterday at noon. I leave the kitchen window open to the rising moon. Rough tweed beneath my trembling fingertips, the collar frayed where salt winds used to blow. I hold the sleeve against my resting lips and count the years of falling winter snow. That old coat hung behind the wooden door, while footsteps echoed softly on the floor. You left your muffler tangled on the chair and left a world of laughter lingering there. The pocket holds a ticket torn in half, a rainy Tuesday in the month of May. I close my eyes and hear your sudden laugh, as if the distance simply washed away the seams. Remember how you wore your pride, with nothing left to hide. hold. I trace the silver threads you used to hold. The buttons vanish into fading light, but keep me warm tonight. Copper hand rest firmly on the floor, while the pendulum sways across the floor. We will sit by the glass when we are gray, watching dust motes drift in the month of May. Your silver hair will catch the fading sun, and we will count the years that we have won, with a steaming cup of tea between our hands, far away from shifting tides and foreign lands. Old photographs will line the polished pine. We trace the faded ink from '99. No rushing feet will break the quiet air, just gentle breathing in the rocking chair. That distant hour is waiting in the breeze, beyond the rustle of the hope to find, leaving all the heavy days behind. 4:05 will find us sitting here, with nothing left to doubt and not to fear. The clock will chime and time will softly blend until the very final quiet end.
Heavy metal tongues clinked sharp against the block before the baker's bell began to ring. We used to count the seconds by the corner clock and wonder what tomorrow had to bring. You wore that faded jacket with a torn-up sleeve and shared a penny peppermint with me. We swore the neighborhood could never fold or leave, as wide-eyed as a couple could be. The maples dropped their leaves upon the gravel road. We carried heavy secrets that we never showed. Remember how we ran beneath the sprinkler spray, while supper smoke was drifting through the amber yard. Those simple hours slipped so fast and far away, without a warning or a ledger card. The drugstore counter still remains upon the square, although the malt machine is rusted through. I sit and watch the traffic from a corner chair, and quietly I pour a cup for two. Time took the fences down and paved the open dirt. It changed the name of every single street. Yet underneath the changes and the passing hurt, I hear the rhythm of our running feet. The paper boy has grown and left his bike behind. Old friends have packed their bags and moved away. Your voice is still the warmest place I ever find, whenever shadows lengthen at the end of day.
The smell of pine pitch and scorched kettle water drifts from the kitchen where nobody lingers. He sits by the window with tea gone stone cold, tracing the grain with his arthritic fingers. Old photographs curl in the drawer of mahogany, years that they spent in the valley so foggy. He reads through the sentences written in ink, long before memories started to shrink. She wore a blue cardigan out by the trellis, pruning the roses when frost was returning. He clears off the table and sweeps up the dust, while deep in the hearth is a cedar log burning. Old photographs curl in the drawer of mahogany, years that they spent in the valley so foggy. He reads through the sentences written in ink, long before memories started to shrink. The grandfather clock strikes the hour with metal. It echoes through hallways where footsteps are light. He folds up the paper and puts on his coat to gaze at the stars as they cover the night. The kettle grows quiet upon the cold stove. He locks up the front door and dims down the light, and rests his tired eyes till the morning returns. pockets in our palms. We never cared about being very late. We traded city sirens for the songs. Some future Sunday afternoon will bring that wooden porch where heavy robins sing. We sit and watch the shadows slowly climb, while tea grows cold and leaves begin to chime. And looking back from that yet unseen year, we will forgive the things we used to fear. We trace the dust upon the windowsill and find the world is quiet, warm and still. A passing shadow cuts the quiet room like scissors through a roll of faded tape. I reach across the surface of the gloom to touch a shape that time began to scrape. An envelope sits heavy on the wood, unmailed beneath the porcelain flower pot. We meant to send the letter when we could. Instead we drank the water from the cot. The floorboards creak beneath the phantom pace, as if you just came in from hanging sheets. A dampness lingers in the small hallway, where winter air defeats the indoor heats. I still can find the inkwell in the drawer, dried black and hardened like a little stone. We left our names upon the pantry door before the house became entirely bone. The paper yellows in the afternoon, while shadows stretch across the empty floor. We missed the final post before the moon and left the message sitting by the door.
A copper hand rests softly on the brass. We watch the second numbers blink and pass. You said the room would look the same in gray when all our wandering autumn days gave way. I see the teacup sitting where it fell, before the front gate rang its evening bell. We will sit together while the garden cools, counting up the seasons by the kitchen rules. No one needs to hurry through the closing light when October keeps the fire burning bright. Your silver hair will catch the window shade beside the wooden bench our father made. We will remember every song we spun before the final daylight had begun. And if the winter comes to knock the glass, we know that heavy weather has to pass. Just hold the photograph of 50 years and smile at all the laughter and the tears. The room is quiet and the tea is sweet. We found the quiet rhythm of the street. Tomorrow brings the very same design, with your small hand resting safe in mine.
Faded corduroy across my knee, a button loose from 73. The sunlight shifts across the floor and opens up a heavy door. I hear the screen door softly slam, the kettle whistling on the stove. We counted nickel fares to reach the park before the evening lamplight chased the dark. You spilled your coffee on the checkered skirt and laughed aloud to hide the sudden hurt. The calendar still hangs in place, though time has blurred your smiling face. The parlor smells of cedar wood, exactly like it always should. A neighbor sweeps the gravel walk while passing time with idle talk. I hold the fabric to my chest and give my weary eyes a rest. The afternoon is slipping through the pane. I fold the corduroy and call your name. porcelain rabbit guards the dust, sitting quietly beside the brass lamp. Years have gathered thick upon his back, waiting for the hands that left him here. I talk out loud to walls that know my name, and watch the shadows stretch across the floor. Old voices echo down the empty hall, while autumn leaves pile heavy by the wall. The radio plays a tune we used to know before the winter snow began to fall. A pair of leather slippers by the bed, curved to fit the steps I take no more. Every corner holds a quiet ghost, smiling at the clothes I wear today. I pour a single cup of bitter tea and listen to the ticking of the clock. Old voices echo down the empty hall, while autumn leaves pile heavy by the wall. The radio plays a tune we used to know before the winter snow began to fall. Time is just a river moving slow, carrying the pieces I refuse to lose. The porcelain rabbit stays upon the wood, and I am resting where we always stood. The iron grate of the bakery door scrapes wide. A familiar rattle rolls down the asphalt side. We used to stand right here and watch the steam before our hair turned white and chase the dream. You always knew the baker by his heavy stride, while I just kept my freezing hands tucked deep inside. Do you recall the radio playing down the lane? We bought 2 matching coats to keep away the rain. How fast the decades slipped away, like passing trains, now only rusty signs and memory remain. The corner street light flickers in the autumn chill. A sudden shadow stretches past the sloping hill. I turn my collar up against the biting wind and think about the places where we could have been. Old friend of mine, the miles have made us slow and wise. I see our my friend. Until we meet. The smell of roasting chestnuts drifts across the paving stone. An old man walks the sidewalk all alone. He stops beside the empty window of the general store and counts the painted floorboards by the door. He wears a woolen muffler that his sister knit in May, before the family packed and moved away. He turns his silver collar up against the autumn chill and watches shadows stretch across the hill. He left his hat in 1955 upon the train and never bought a ticket back through driving rain. The town has paved the gravel roads with quiet shades of gray, while 50 golden summers slowly fade away. A radio is playing through the barber's open pane, a tune about a river and a train. He taps his heavy leather boot to match the fading drum and wonders where the passing years have come. He lifts a weathered hand to touch the copper mailbox lid to see if any letters stayed the way they did. The empty box replies with hollow iron sound above the fallen leaves upon the ground. He tucks his chin inside his coat and turns toward the lane where kitchen windows catch the early autumn rain. The stoves burn low on elm as evening settles deep, and tired little towns prepare for sleep. The weight of the chair leaves a dent in the floor. We worried about things that matter no more. You pace through the room with a book in your hand, believing the noise was a glorious band. The tea gets quite cold while you look at the rain, unwilling to trade all your worry for pain. I wish I could tap on the glass and walk in to tell you the ending is better than then. Do not rush the autumn days saved up your pennies for tickets to leave, and wore out your heart on your favorite sleeve. The suitcase is dusty, the zipper is broke, the grand declaration dissolved into smoke. Do not rush the autumn days away. Every single scar will gently fade. Silver threads replace the darkest strand, holding all the future in your hand. Time is a river that slows at the bend, turning the stranger right back to a friend. You did the best with the map that you had, so drop down your shoulders and stop feeling bad. Sit in the quiet and rest for a spell. We finally learned how to weather the well. Fold up the letter and turn down the light. Everything settled all right. A tiny brass key rests upon the cedar board. I polish its notches with a slow and gentle thumb. Nobody locked the kitchen door when autumn poured through window panes that rattled like a distant drum. I wonder where the heavy iron padlock went that kept the bicycle chained beside the garden wall. Every single season spent answers to a quiet call before the shadows start to lengthen the hall. Paper napkins yellowing inside a drawer, written phone numbers from 1972. I walk across the creaking wooden parlor floor and try to picture faces I no longer knew. I wonder where the heavy iron padlock went that kept the bicycle chained beside the garden wall. Every single season spent answers to a quiet call before the shadows start to lengthen in the hall. Time does not arrive with trumpet sounds or rushing rain. It settles on the mantelpiece like fallen dust. I hold the tiny metal object in my palm again and watch the twilight turn the window glass to rust. The key remains though every door has long since turned. I leave it sitting softly where the sun has burned until the evening swallows up the faded light. and stars come out to watch the empty room tonight. Just talking out loud to myself. Dust on the cabinet, tea in the cup. Nobody came by to tidy it up. Paperbacks fading in rows by the bed. Stories of people who have been dead. Pages turned over by invisible hands, drifting away to forgotten lands. Old linoleum worn down to the green, counting the seasons that came in between. Letters tied up with a ribbon of blue. Nobody told me how time could go through. Coat on the hook smells of camphor and rain. Watching the sparrow hop back to the pane. Cobwebs are silver and trembling with light. Nobody closes the shutters at night. Old linoleum worn down to the green, counting the seasons that came in between. Letters tied up with a ribbon of blue. Nobody told me how time could go through. Footsteps are quiet upon the brown stair, reaching my hand out to touch empty air. Memory lingers like smoke in the room, guiding the shadows across the loom. Evening is falling across the red floor. I will not lock up the front wooden door, waiting for nothing and knowing it well. Silence is heavy inside the small shell.
A sudden thought cuts through the quiet room, like scissors clipping threads of afternoon. The kettle stops its whistling on the stove, and dust motes freeze inside the fading groove. I reach to fold a blanket on the chair, remembering the weight of heavy hair. Across the linoleum a footprint stays from 30 winters of forgotten days. The calendar is torn right to the floor, and photographs are sliding down the door. A nickel dropped into a public phone would bring the wandering neighborhood back home. Your coat is hanging where it always hung, beside the heavy boots we wore when young. The copper button rubs against the wall whenever footsteps echo down the hall. The calendar is torn right to the floor, and photographs are sliding down the door. A nickel dropped into a public phone would bring the wandering neighborhood back home. Time does not heal the corner of the street where autumn leaves collect around our feet. I see you walking past the grocery store before the shadow fell across our door. I leave the amber porch lamp burning bright in case you missed the trolley home tonight. The heavy latch is resting in my hand, the oldest landmarks in an empty land.
The glass and catches on the silver of your cane. I have not seen this corner since the train stopped running past the meadow in the grass. You fold your paper at the crossword page and ask if I am waiting for the rain. The clock above the counter starts to chime. We share a silent boundary of age, while distant gramophones begin to play the tunes we used to whistle yesterday. Your thermos lid unscrews with metal sound. You pour a cup and offer half to me. Between us lies the weight of history, without a single neighbor to be found. Your paper at the crossword page and ask if I am waiting for the rain. distant gramophones begin to play the tunes we used to whistle yesterday. So tell me how the winter treated you behind the curtains on the second floor. I think I bought my winter coat from you before they locked the hardware store door. The amber light is fading from the street. We finish up our coffee in the cold and walk away to different histories before the evening story can unfold. Clinking on the curb, just like they did in '49. Do you still keep that beat inside when autumn leaves begin to line the path we walked to save a dime? That rusted bicycle you rode with mismatched pedals on the chain. I wonder if it sits and rusts beneath the same forgotten rain we sheltered from without complaint. Old timber porch boards bend and groan. We shared a single peach alone before the world grew vast and cold and turned our copper hair to gold. Remember how the radio played that crackling song about the tide? We swore we never would grow old, with nowhere left for us to hide. Pass me another cup of tea and tell that story back to me. Before the front porch lamp burns low and leaves us with nowhere to go. You said yesterday the winter milk stayed sweet too long, and I laughed while fixing up the broken garden prong. Today the sparrow sits upon the rusted garden gate and leaves a little footprint where the frost is laying late. Your favorite cardigan still hangs behind the kitchen door, with missing buttons rolling on the calendar we bought in town still shows a sunny May, though every single page of it was torn and blown away. Old brass kettles whistle down the dusty hall. Photographs are fading softly on the faded wall. Shoes are standing quiet by the bottom stair, waiting for the footsteps that are never there. The radio is humming with a song from 1964. A neighbor sweeps the maple leaves from off his wooden floor. I find your reading glasses folded on the windowsill. The page is marked at chapter 4 and everything is still. Small habits keep the empty hours running in a row, like winding up the mantel clock before the fire is low. The bread box holds a single crust from yesterday at noon. I leave the kitchen window open to the rising moon. Rough tweed beneath my trembling fingertips, the collar frayed where salt winds used to blow. I hold the sleeve against my resting lips and count the years of falling winter snow. That old coat hung behind the wooden door, while footsteps echoed softly on the floor. You left your muffler tangled on the chair and left a world of laughter lingering there. The pocket holds a ticket torn in half, a rainy Tuesday in the month of May. I close my eyes and hear your sudden laugh, as if the distance simply washed away the seams. Remember how you wore your pride with nothing left to hide. That old coat hung behind the wooden door, while footsteps echoed softly on the floor. You left your muffler tangled on the chair and left a world of laughter lingering there. The wool is heavy, but the room is cold. I trace the silver threads you used to hold. The buttons vanish into fading light, but keep me warm tonight. upper hand rest firmly on the floor, while the pendulum sways across the floor. We will sit by the glass when we are gray, watching dust motes drift in the month of May. Your silver hair will catch the fading sun, and we will count the years that we have won, with a steaming cup of tea between our hands, far away from shifting tides and foreign lands. Old photographs will line the polished pine. We trace the faded ink from '99. No rushing feet will break the quiet air, just gentle breathing in the rocking chair. That distant hour is waiting in the breeze, beyond the rustle of the garden trees. It holds the peace we always hope to find, leaving all the heavy days behind. 4:05, we'll find us sitting here, with nothing left to doubt and not to fear. The clock will chime and time will softly blend, until the very final quiet end.
The heavy metal tongs clinked sharp against the block before the baker's bell began to ring. We used to count the seconds by the corner clock and wonder what tomorrow had to bring. You wore that faded jacket with a torn-up sleeve and shared a penny peppermint with me. We swore the neighborhood could never fold or leave, as wide-eyed as a couple could be. The maples dropped their leaves upon the gravel road. We carried heavy secrets that we never showed. Remember how we ran beneath the sprinkler spray, while supper smoke was drifting through the amber yard. Those simple hours slip so fast and far away, without a warning or a ledger card. The drugstore counter still remains upon the square, although the malt machine is rusted through. I sit and watch the traffic from a corner chair, and quietly I pour a cup for two. Time took the fences down and paved the open dirt. It changed the name of every single street. Yet underneath the changes and the passing hurt, I hear the rhythm of of our running feet. The paper boy has grown and left his bike behind. Old friends have packed their bags and moved away. Your voice is still the warmest place I ever find. Whenever shadows lengthen at the end of day.
The smell of pine pitch and scorched kettle water drifts from the kitchen where nobody lingers. He sits by the window with tea gone stone cold, tracing the grain with his arthritic fingers. Old photographs curl in the drawer of mahogany, years that they spent in the valley so foggy. He reads through the sentences written in ink, long before memories started to shrink. She wore a blue cardigan out by the trellis, pruning the roses when frost was returning. He clears off the table and sweeps up the dust, while deep in the hearth is a cedar log burning. Old photographs curl in the drawer of mahogany, years that they spent in the valley so foggy. He reads through the sentences written in ink, long before memories started to shrink. The grandfather clock strikes the hour with metal. It echoes through hallways where footsteps are light. He folds up the paper and puts on his coat to gaze at the stars as they cover the night. The kettle grows quiet upon the cold stove. He locks up the front door and dims down the light, and rests his tired eyes till the morning returns. Breaks right across the floor about the shoes we will not need to lace. When autumn finds us miles from any door, and time slows down to match a gentle pace, I picture us beside a painted gate, with folded coats and tickets in our palms. We never cared about being very late. We traded city sirens for the songs. Some which a Sunday afternoon will bring. That wooden porch where heavy robins sing. We sit and watch the shadows slowly climb, while tea grows cold and leaves begin to chime. And looking back from that yet unseen year, we will forgive the things we used to fear. We trace the dust upon the windowsill and find the world is quiet, warm and still. Passing shadow cuts the quiet room like scissors through a roll of faded tape. I reach across the surface of the gloom to touch a shape that time began to scrape. An envelope sits heavy on porcelain flower pot. We meant to send the letter when we could. Instead we drank the water from the cot. The floorboards creak beneath the phantom pace, as if you just came in from hanging sheets. A dampness lingers in the small hallway, where winter air defeats the indoor heats. I still can find the inkwell in the drawer, dried black and hardened like a little stone. We left our names upon the pantry door before the house became entirely bone. The paper yellows in the afternoon, while shadows stretch across the empty floor. We miss the final post before the moon and left the message sitting by the door.
A copper hand rests softly on the brass. We watch the second numbers blink and pass. You said the room would look the same in gray when all our wandering autumn days gave way. I see the teacup sitting where it fell before the front gate rang its evening bell. We will sit together while the garden cools, counting up the seasons by the kitchen rules. closing light when October keeps the fire burning bright. Your silver hair will catch the window shade beside the wooden bench our father made. We will remember every song we spun before the final daylight had begun. And if the winter comes to knock the glass, we know that heavy weather has to pass. Just hold the photograph of 50 years and smile at all the laughter and the tears. The room is quiet and the tea is sweet. We found the quiet rhythm of the street. Tomorrow brings the very same design, with your small hand resting safe in mine. Faded corduroy across my knee, a button loose from 73. The sunlight shifts across the floor and opens up a heavy door. I hear the screen door softly slam, the kettle whistling on the stove. We counted nickel fares to reach the park before the evening lamplight chased the dark. You spilled your coffee on the checkered skirt and laughed aloud to hide the sudden hurt. The calendar still hangs in place, though time has blurred your smiling face. The parlor smells of cedar wood, exactly like it always should. A neighbor sweeps the gravel walk while passing time with idle talk. I hold the fabric to my chest and give my weary eyes a rest. The afternoon is slipping through the pane. I fold the corduroy and call your name. Chip porcelain rabbit guards the dust, sitting quietly beside the brass lamp. Years have gathered thick upon his back,
waiting for the hands that left him here. I talk out loud to walls that know my name and watch the shadows stretch across the floor. Old voices echo down the empty hall, while autumn leaves pile heavy by the wall. The radio plays a tune we used to know before the winter snow began to fall. A pair of leather slippers by the bed, curved to fit the steps I take no more. Every corner holds a quiet ghost, smiling at the clothes I wear today. I pour a single cup of bitter tea and listen to the ticking of the clock. Old voices echo down the empty hall, while autumn leaves pile heavy by the wall. The radio plays a tune we used to know before the winter snow began to fall. Time is just a river moving slow, carrying the pieces I refuse to lose. The porcelain rabbit stays upon the wood, and I am resting where we always stood. The iron grate of the bakery door scrapes wide. A familiar rattle rolls down the asphalt side. We used to stand right here and watch the steam before our hair turned white and chase the dream. You always knew the baker by his heavy stride, while I just kept my freezing hands tucked deep inside. Do you recall the radio playing down the lane? We bought 2 matching coats to keep away the rain. How fast the decades slipped away, like passing trains, now only rusty signs and memory remain. The corner street light flickers in the autumn chill. A sudden shadow stretches past the sloping hill. I turn my collar up against the biting wind and think about the places where we could have been. Old friend of mine, the miles have made us slow and wise. I see our youth reflected when I close my eyes. The paper boy is cycling through the quiet dawn. I touch the wooden fence across the paving stone. An old man walks the sidewalk all alone. He stops beside the empty window of the general store and counts the painted floorboards by the door. He wears a woolen muffler that his sister knit in May before the family packed and moved away. He turns his silver collar up against the autumn chill and watches shadows stretch across the hill. He left his hat in 1955 upon the train and never bought a ticket back through driving rain. The town has paved the gravel roads with quiet shades of gray, while 50 golden summers slowly fade away. A radio is playing through the barber's open pane, a tune about a river and a train. He taps his heavy leather boot to match the fading drum and wonders where the passing years have come. He lifts a weathered hand to touch the copper mailbox lid to see if any letters stayed the way they did. The empty box replies with hollow iron sound above the fallen leaves upon the ground. He tucks his chin inside his coat and turns toward the lane where kitchen windows catch the early autumn rain. The stoves burn low on elm as evening settles deep, and tired little towns prepare for sleep.